Hello everyone, my name is Himanshu Pandey, and in this presentation we are going to discuss terminal value from the subject analysis of the financial assignment. So let's start with the definition. So the definition of the terminal value is the established value of the business beyond the expiry of the forecast period. So let's try to understand in details what is a terminal value. So the terminal value is the forecast period end value of the forecast period. So if you are planning to buy any company, and if you are planning to acquire any company, so you have to forecast the terminal value of that company in order to purchase or acquire that company. So let's try to understand why this is needed. So the company are evaluating a going so the company are evaluating a going concern. It will generate a cash flow perpetually even after the forecast period, but we can't forecast the cash flow beyond a specific period. So we need to calculate that terminal value. So according to that terminal value, we are going to create the valuation, current valuation of that company, and we will purchase at that price in today's scenario. So this is why we need a terminal value. So let's try to understand how we can calculate the terminal value. So there are two way from which we can calculate the terminal value. So the first one is stable growth method. The stable growth method is also known as a perceptual growth or the golden growth model. Assume that business will grow at the same rate in the future infinitely. It is the preferred method among the academics, and it has a mathematical theory behind it. The method assumes that cash flow are retrained, and that firm can grow a constant rate into the future. So in this way, like if you're planning to buy any particular company, so you are assuming that that company is going to give a consistent cash flow till infinite. So means that company will give you a consistent income till, if you are assuming that infinite. So but you can't as I said earlier slide, that you can't predict infinite. So at any time, at any time of point, you have to stop and you have to calculate that forecast time. It could be a 5, 10, 15 years, it can be anything. So at the point of time, you have to stop, and that point will be your terminal value in the stable growth method. So there is a exist multiply method. So let's try to understand what is the exit multiply method. So the exist multiply method is also known as a terminal multiply model. Predict what is the value of the company might be if the another company buys it, intended of predicting how to a company might grow infinitely. This method is determined to the value of the company of the moment to sell. So in this method, we just predict, like if another company is going to buy this company, so how much price it will be and how it would be. So at that point of time, we will try to understand, like if we are buying this company at the x point, x amount of rupees. So how much in how many time it will give the return. So as per this method, we calculate the present value of the company. So these were the uh, two types that we can use to calculate the terminal value. So let's try to understand the advantages of terminal value. What advantages we can get to use terminal value for a company. So first of all, it informs business decisions. So if you calculate the terminal value of the company, so you can take a decision strongly. Like sometimes many business owners buy that company 50-50 decision. So you can take a proper decision, either you will buy or you will not buy. So it is one of the important advantages of the terminal value. So the second advantage of terminal value is display and investment value. So it displays you the proper investment value. For example, if there is a company, if there is a company and its valuation is 100 million dollar, but yeah, but its terminal value says that it is a 70 million dollar only. So you get an exact figure, like how much amount you should invest on that company. So terminal value can help you in this way. The third one is use the present to predict the future. So to using the present cash flow, terminal value can predict the future remuneration from that company. So this could be one of the biggest advantage of the terminal value. So everything has a advantages. So is this advantage? So let's try to understand the disadvantages. So there are the two disadvantages. The first one is predictions aren't always accurate. So it is 100% sure that predictions aren't always accurate. So there is a chances that if you predict that if you purchase any company for $100 million and you predict that in next 5 years that $100 million will be covered, and from the 6th year onwards you are going to make a profit, but there is chances that your prediction could get wrong in future. So predictions are always not accurate. The second one is multiply change often. For example, so the second one can be a positive for us or can be negative for us. So we are talking about the limitations. So let's talk about the negative. So multiply change often means there are two methods to calculate the to calculate the terminal value. So you try that if you buy that company for 100 million. So you are thinking that I will get double in next 10 years. But what if it doesn't happen? So multiply can change often. So it can happen with you, as we said that prediction are not always accurate. So this could be one of the biggest disadvantage or limitations of the terminal value. So this was the complete terminal value we had. So firstly, let's summarize this. So we had a definition of a terminal value. Then we had a look on the why terminal value needed. Then how to calculate the terminal value. There are two ways to calculate terminal value: stable growth method and the exit multiply method. Then we have a look on the advantages and the limitation. So this was my complete presentation on the terminal value, and here I would like to end my presentation. Thank you so much.